Okay, and we are live. ¿Qué tal, amigos? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with this evening's live stream, 7:35 p.m. It is. It's also the 1st of December. November has flown by, and we're into the final month of the year already. December, yes. Now we're going to take a look at some of the main stories that have caught my attention in the press over the last couple of days or so, ever since the last live stream. We'll also go into the comment section, see what people have been talking about there, and we'll also go into the chat section on this evening's live stream and see what viewers are talking about in that chat section. So if you are in the chat section watching the video today, say hello, or in the comment section if you're watching after the fact. Now, first piece of news, and the controversial new traveller registration form becomes live tomorrow. As we can read here, controversial traveller registration system launches Monday amid criticism and rejection from tourist sector. The traveller registration system, requiring travel agencies, hotels and car rental companies to report detailed client information, comes into effect this Monday despite opposition from the tourism sector. Industry representatives argue that the system imposes an additional bureaucratic burden and will increase travel costs. Under the new rules, businesses must submit data via the SES Hospedajes application, including information routinely collected by hotels. This obligation now extends to travel agencies as well. The system, introduced under a 2021 Royal Decree, has been active since 2022, but becomes mandatory on the 2nd of December. Its aim is to provide precise and essential information to law enforcement agencies. The Ministry of the Interior highlights that previous regulations dating back to 1959 for overnight stays and 1974 for vehicle rentals were outdated and failed to account for modern business models such as holiday rentals and digital booking platforms. And some of the rules required, or some of the new data required, will be names, gender, ID number, nationality, date of birth, residence, contact details, number of travellers, relationships with minors, and transaction details. Service providers must also report their own business information, such as name, tax ID number, address, website, payment method, card holder details, card expiration dates, among others. So there we go. Finally, tomorrow, the 2nd of December, this becomes mandatory. But as we saw, some hotels and travel agencies would have been gathering this data now since 2022. But tomorrow, the 2nd of December, they will have no choice but to go through this system, because the government argues that the previous systems were outdated, as we saw there, going back to 1974 and 1959, according to the government, and that needs to be updated. And also the Interior Ministry wants to try and curb, let's say, the movement of illegal money and also mafias that might be working in the sector. So that's what they want to try to get rid of, and also try to make these systems more modern. Let's see. But hoteliers up in arms, travel agencies up in arms, customers, potential customers to Spain up in arms about this data. Second piece of news here, and Pedro Sánchez announced today the creation of a major public housing company. After reaffirming his position as Secretary General of the PSOE political party at the Federal Congress held in Seville this Sunday, Pedro Sánchez has wasted no time in making a significant announcement regarding housing. He emphasized that housing remains one of the top priorities of this legislative term, which he assured will continue until 2027, despite opposition from the right. In response to the Popular Party's criticism of the new housing law, Sánchez revealed that the government plans to establish a major public housing company. The state administration, he confirmed, will take on the role of both developer and builder of public housing. So there we go. The government announcing that, or Pedro Sánchez announcing that today at the his party's Congress down there in Seville, and we'll see if Spain can solve its housing issues with this new major public housing company, which, as we can see here, the government will become both the developer and the builder of public housing. I'm sure that's going to go well. So we'll see how this one turns out, but a huge announcement today from Mr. Pedro Sanchez. Next piece of news here, and 100,000 Valencians protest against Dana response calling for Mazón's resignation. Approximately 100,000 Valencians have taken to the streets to express their anger over the Generalitat's handling of the devastating Dana on the 29th of October, which wreaked havoc across several municipalities in the Valencian community. Protesters are demanding the resignation of the president of the Generalitat, Carlos Mazón, under the slogan "Mazón resign." The demonstration began around 6:15 p.m. this Saturday in the Plaza del Ayuntamiento and will conclude at the concluded, I should say, in the central Plaza de la Virgen. The protest will not finish at the Palau de la Generalitat due to security concerns following incidents at a previous large-scale protest. During the earlier demonstration on the 9th of November, clashes occurred outside the Generalitat's headquarters after a peaceful protest had concluded. These altercations resulted in 4 arrests and injuries to 31 police officers. So Valencians again complaining, heading to the streets and calling for the resignation of the premier of that region here in Spain, Mr. Carlos Mazón, who is still there despite his dodgy handling of events on the day of the Dana and also subsequent after the Dana, the handling of all of the things associated to rebuilding that part of Spain. People not happy with that. And one of the reasons they're not happy maybe is because that only 300 families in that area have received direct government aid following the Dana. In total, when accounting for the population of the affected municipalities, it is estimated that 845,000 people have been directly or indirectly impacted by the Dana. This includes residents, employees of affected businesses, and self-employed individuals. Out of this total, over 17,416 people have already applied for direct government aid, which covers needs such as household items, housing, damages to businesses, and personal losses, among others. According to updated figures released today by the Spanish government, only 300 families have so far been granted aid for household items and housing. Additionally, compensation for fatalities has been provided to just 3 families, despite 230 deaths being reported. These figures pertain exclusively to state-level aid and maybe not directed at Mr. Mazón, the Valencian community, but the state here in Spain, controlled from Madrid, Pedro Sanchez's organisation. Maybe the money a bit slow to be getting to the people that need it the most down there in Valencia, hence their complaints. And the final piece of news today, this one here, on average, Spaniards spend €238 on Black Friday. Bustling streets, shopping bags everywhere, and shop windows displaying discounts of 20%, 30%, or even 40%. With just 3 weeks until Christmas, the savviest shoppers are taking advantage of Black Friday deals to get ahead with their holiday gift shopping. Christmas is just around the corner and it's time to get moving, a shopper told Antena 3 News. Otherwise, you miss out on what you want, added another. Many say they prefer to avoid last-minute stress, unnecessary headaches, and, most importantly, save a few euros. If it's cheaper, then great, they affirm. Some shoppers, as organised as they are, are as organised as they are methodical, claim they already have everything sorted. There are only a few of us at home, so it was quick, one customer remarked. Then there are the true shopping experts. It's a well-calculated operation. I come with a plan, scout the shops the day before, and organise everything to hit my targets, another shopper explained. So Black Friday mania hitting Spain again. It's been around now for maybe 3, 4, perhaps 5 years, this Black Friday. Another thing that we have taken from the United States. Didn't exist 10 years ago, Black Friday, but all of a sudden, every retailer, every shop here in Spain has Black Friday specials. And Spaniards, as we saw there, trying to get their Christmas shopping done and dusted well before the Christmas rush. So Black Friday, €238 per person. is the average. So, taking to the American customs like Black Friday, and tomorrow, Cyber Monday, which I'm sure people will also be forking out money to try and see if they can get a bargain. Comment section now. First one here from Jamie. When now that olive oil has rocketed in price, fraud will increase. For me, the only oil is Greek island olive oil from known sources. Thanks, Jamie, for that. Yeah, we saw a potential fraud in the olive oil industry the other day, reported by Decoop, one of the biggest operators in the sector, saying that perhaps there's some dodgy oil practices going on, mixing bad oils with good oils and putting them on the shelves of supermarkets. We didn't get any confirmation as to what the brands doing this are, because the company Decoop said they don't have enough proof, but they put it out there to show that perhaps the olive oil that you buy maybe is not the original product. So be careful. And Jamie here only buying Greek island olive oil from known sources. And I'm sure the Greeks do a good olive oil, as do the Portuguese, as do the Spanish, as do the Italians, as do many countries that have olive trees. Even in Australia nowadays, there are producers of olive oil, and they're trying to take on the European giants. Good luck. Another one here from Neil. Which brand or supermarket is mixing cheap stuff with real stuff? Tell us, anyone, if you know. No one knows, Neil. It's only allegations at this stage, unknown allegations, I should say, as to which are the brands or supermarkets behind this. No idea. So unless Decoop comes up with some names, we'll probably never know. But if you are an olive oil expert, you could probably tell through taste if the oil that you are buying is not the good stuff or not. Another one here from Pat. Just made a reservation for January near Cardiff and was provided with what looked like a rental contract with all sorts of blah blah blah. Looked like overkill for a week-long stay. Yeah, thanks, Pat. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be dealing with this added bureaucracy when booking hotels here in Spain, when booking accommodation, when booking hire cars. And as you said, a piece of information that looked like a rental contract. My recent experience with a place in Salamanca where I got overnight accommodation, it was a good 20-minute process trying to provide all of the information that they wanted. I had to scan ID documents, passports, the Spanish identity cards. I had to provide bank details. You had to provide a lot of information that did take a long time, and the system that this particular hotel was using wasn't all that good, and it took me a long time. And in the end, I sent a message to the person at that hotel saying, look, if you want this information, here it is, fill it in yourself. And that's what they did. So time consuming. Thanks, Pat, for that. Another one here from Larry. A decent meal in the UK will be at least 30 UK pounds if it's starter, main and dessert, as well as a drink like a glass of wine or beer. Cheaper if you go to a fast food joint, but I wouldn't call that a decent meal. No, a lot of people wouldn't call fast food a decent meal, Larry. They prefer a more elaborated meal at a restaurant, and around 30 UK pounds is what you're going to be paying. The debate arose the other day when somebody said that in Scotland you can get a good meal for £15, but we don't know whether that was just a starter or a main. Did it include drinks? Did it include dessert, like you would get here with the famous Menú del Día, which is the best value for money meal deal in this country still. For how long, I don't know. Whether it's going to stand the test of time with the inflationary issues that we have had, whether restaurants will continue to offer this in the future, I don't know. But the restaurants that do seem to be popular establishments because people obviously don't want to be paying a la carte prices for day-to-day meals here in Spain yet. Another one here from, let me find it, another one here from Yuma. I think many Brits returned to the UK after Brexit because they no longer had access to the NHS. My own example is Thailand, where the cost of healthcare has greatly inflated over the past 20 years, and private insurance is unobtainable after a certain age, especially with pre-existing conditions. Yeah, well, I don't know whether it's true or not because I don't have any official figures, but there's been a few videos posted on YouTube in recent times asking this question. Are British people going back to the UK? Are they abandoning Spain? And we touched on this briefly, Mark and myself, in the podcast or video that I put out yesterday, whether that is the case. And I think he said a lot of people, perhaps when it was a lot easier to come to Spain, they were willing to give it a try, stick it out, but now things have toughened up and you need to apply for residency and get documents and all of these things, driver's license exchanges and all of these things could be the reason, and also healthcare, if what that person there says is true. Yuma, who in Thailand, the price of private healthcare gone up quite a lot, and of course when you get over the age of 50, and you start to get pre-existing conditions, not easy to get private healthcare in some places. That is true. And the final one here from Elefantasia, I think this is. Hello, I'm Spanish. I like very much your videos to educate my ears to the English language, and I must say that your accent is one of the most easy to understand for me. Another one so easy for me is Barack Obama's pronunciation. Good luck and thank you for your channel. Thanks, Elena, or Ele, for that. The pronunciation, educating your ears to the English language. Thank you very much. Some people are not as kind with their words as you are, of course. Criticize anything that they can. So it's good to see some kind words there. And I don't know whether it's a comparison, but as far as Ellie is concerned, Barack Obama is another person who speaks understand an English that is quite easy to understand, let's say, and myself there included. So thank you very much. We'll see if other leaders of the free world get the same compliments as Barack or Barack Obama. And his pronunciation of the English language. Thank you very much for that. Now we're going to go into the chat section in just a moment. Before I do, I'm going to put some things on the screen. For example, a backdrop change. This photo was sent in by Jerry, and it is the Picos de Europa, which is up in the province of Cantabria. And Jerry sent through the name of this town, but the name escapes me here. I'll see if I can find it. Bejes, B-E-J-E-S. There we go. Bejes is the name of the town where this photo was taken from, and a lovely photo there of the sun going down or perhaps coming up in the morning, not sure. And the colors in the clouds, amazing. Thanks, Jerry, for sending the photo through. If you've got a similar photo that you would like to see on my backdrop here, the email address is this one, spainspeaks@gmail.com. You'll find that on the screen currently. Or if you want to send any other information my way, that is the email address. For people that haven't liked or hit the like button yet, we're currently sitting at 67. The icon is on the screen, so if you wouldn't mind hitting that like icon, you'll find it just below the video. If you look down now, you'll see some options there. You can either like or dislike, you choose. And we'll see if we can get up to a decent tally today. Currently it's 70, 85, and one dislike has just come in. Thank you very much for listening to me, hitting that dislike button as well. Fantastic. Well done to you. What else we got going on here? I need to thank people that have supported the channel, whether it's through the Super Thanks option here on YouTube, whether it's buying me a coffee, whether it's longer-term supporters on Patreon. Thank you very much for that support. And also people that have joined this Spain Speaks channel in recent times. Ever since I've had this option open, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Some members have come on recently. I'll see if I can find the people that have come on board in recent times. Gary joined 4 days ago and Joe 5 days ago. Thank you very much. And Brian, I think I mentioned the other day, but Brian rejoined as a member, which is also an option. Thank you very much for that, guys and gals who have joined the channel. Now, I'm going to go into the chat section. I'll just open it up here quickly. Let me scroll up here. Somebody else has just hit that dislike button. Well done to you. Barbara's the first person that I can see here. Pleasant 19 degrees, hopefully 21 degrees tomorrow. Thanks, Barbara, for that. Coming in from the Playa Flamenca. Carlos coming in from Southern California, 19 degrees there. Thanks, Carlos. Good to see you. Sani, regular viewer. Hope you are enjoying the weekend. I am indeed, Sani. Almost coming to an end, of course, unfortunately. N194, valued member, just with a coffee icon. Thank you very much for that. I'll be having a nice cup of coffee, hopefully tomorrow with my breakfast, now that I'm working out all of the decent places to drink coffee and avoiding all of the places where the coffee is rubbish. Amanda's in the chat as well. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Thanks for that, Amanda. Stephen, hola todos from a wet but mild 13 degrees North London. John, valued member, as was Stephen. Christmas decorations up. Have a great week, John. Christmas decorations the 1st of December. That's an interesting topic. When do people put them up? In November? Do they wait until December? Mid-December? Christmas decorations. Valued member Al also here. Buenas, mis amigos. Was a cool 21 degrees Celsius today in El Puerto. Spent the afternoon in a flamenco club. Wonderful music, singing, and great food. Thanks, Al, for that. Janet coming in from Oxford. Valued member 2. UK surfer. All right, mate. Microphone. What does that mean? Got no idea, but thanks. What else we got going on here? Let's have a look here quickly. Let's have a look. Watch the Honor Your Oath channel. Hello from a cold Wisconsin. 7 degrees below zero there. That is chilly, I will say. Ricardo saying, how is the weather in Spain currently and how is the recovery going? Well, the recovery, as we saw in the earlier piece of news, Ricardo, is a little bit slow. The cash is not coming through for whatever reason. Not sure what it would be, but not coming through. Obviously, red tape and things like that holding it back. And the weather, at least here, is very good. And other parts that we've seen here in the Playa Flamenca, 24 degrees Celsius. Where I am today, it was around 17 or 18. So not sure when the winter is coming, but I'm sure it is just around the corner, the cooler weather. Upsticks, feliz fin de semana, fog, rain and sun this weekend in Malaga. There we go, or lots of different weather there from Chris down there in Malaga. Good weather in Barcelona, apparently. Thanks for that. S saying, luck up what mandate means in law. Thank you. Don't know what that means, but thanks for your contribution. Erica coming in here from a cool terraza, quite sunny though cool. Hope everyone has had a nice or as nice as possible weekend listening to some of the news such as Hotel Extra Data make me feel that Spain is berserk. There we go. Lots of people I'm sure would agree with you, Erica, with those words. Bead Bird coming in from sunny central Florida. Cool there today, 19 degrees Celsius. Wowee, bit chilly. Yusuf, any politician or public official should be able to get fired by the public through a referendum. If an employee doesn't do his job properly, he or she gets sacked, but somehow this doesn't apply to them. Yeah, it's the ongoing debate, isn't it, Yusuf? Obviously, if you compare yourself with the politicians that like to think they are above everything, of course, and when things go wrong, yeah, not many people put their hand up and accept the responsibility, do they? Flutter Girl coming in from cold Toronto, 1 degree Celsius there and grey. Thanks for that. Leonore, happy blessed holidays. Thanks, Leonore. What else we got going on here? Kim saying Black Friday, such a con. Why do we subscribe to this? Because people like to spend money and buy things that they think they need but perhaps don't. And I've fallen victim to that many, many times by these advertising campaigns which are constantly put before our eyes and telling us that we need this, or we need this, or we need this, or we need that. And we spend our money. The objective is that, to get the money that we have out of our hands and into somebody else's, right? Let's have a look. The stores aren't stupid, says Yusuf. They plan and adjust prices in advance to give off the impression that you're getting a deal, while in reality it was the average price. Probably that is true, Yusuf. Probably. No, I'm sure that none of these businesses are there to lose money, right? Pamela's a little bit late. No worries. Nomadic Mariner. That's funny. I'm in Cardiff right now. Thanks for that. I hope you enjoy. I will be travelling to Valencia. I came by ship. Thank you very much. Hope all goes well with that trip to Valencia. If it is by ship, hope the seas are not too rough. Erica says that last week bought some oil from Mercadona, €6.75 for a litre. Same stuff as before. Yeah, Mercadona has slashed prices recently as far as olive oil is concerned, down to $6.75 if you buy a litre bottle, and even cheaper if you buy the 3 litres. I think it probably comes down to around $6. So they are discounting oil currently, and a fairly decent quality, I believe. Philip coming in from a gloomy London. So nice to watch your talks. You cheer up my day and no end. Keep up. You cheer up my day, no end. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Phil, for that. Valued member too. Uno saying, hi, Stu. Good to see you today, Uno. The Jazz Shed. Good evening, everyone. Coming in from a damp Bury St Edmunds. Thanks for that, the Jazz Shed. What else we got going on here? Nomadics doesn't have a problem with the traveller registration rules. That's good to see. Many people do seem to have an issue with it. Nicholas saying, hi, I wonder if you could help me. I'm staying in Spain on my 90 days as I have on Monday, but I become a little poorly. I need to delay things. What to do? Not sure what you're talking about there, Nicholas, but thanks anyway for that. Not sure how we can help you. Yusuf, I highly doubt the Scottish version of the Menú del Día is the same as what you get in Spain, especially when you factor in that you'll usually get a glass of wine included in the Spanish version. We used to get a bottle. You don't seem to get a bottle anymore, but that used to be the case. What else? Steve saying it's been put off again, I believe. Maybe this is data registration, not sure. Andrew in the chat too. Good evening. All hope you are enjoying the weekend from a cold London southeast. Thanks, Andrew. Good to see you. What else? I told you don't invite them to dislike. It doesn't matter whether people like or dislike. It's all it's all an interaction. You like or you dislike. What else? Some people hit the dislike button wanting to hit the like button and vice versa. Sometimes it gets corrected. So it's always up and down. But to give you an idea, 119 to 3 is what I can see on my screen. So, yeah. If it was the other way around, I'd be a little bit nervous, but it's not. The dislike came from Barack Obama. Thanks, Yusuf, for that. Probably you mentioned... Oh, there we go. Another one coming in now. Probably you mentioned certain names, and of course that's what happens, right? Virginia coming in from South Carolina. Good to see you. Lovely photo, says Janet. Thanks, Janet, for that. I did enjoy the photo, I will say. Todos, appreciating the food vlogs. Thank you. More next week, Toto. I'm going to start dedicating more time to food vlogs if I can. I enjoy eating. I enjoy recording them, and I'm glad to see you guys enjoy watching them. So there'll be more. What else we got going on here? Let's have a look here. Melissa saying, someone hit the dislike button. Why would you bother? Leave the chat. How are you doing, Stuart and everyone? Happy Sunday. Had my family for paella dinner and here at home. Thanks, Melissa, for that. Hope your paella went well. Not sure if it's easy or difficult to cook a good paella. Some of my attempts in the past have not been all that successful, I will say, especially when getting the right texture with the rice. Not easy. Super chat from Pete. Thanks for that. Ola, from the first real winter weekend ahead of the formal start of winter in Ann Arbor. Get yourself a warm cup of Joe. Thanks, Pete, for that. Appreciated. Thank you very much. Joaquin, you speak better Spanish than some Spaniards. I can tell you. I live in Valencia. Thanks, Joaquin, for that. I had somebody on the channel leave a comment the other day. It's always the case, isn't it? You get a lot of positive comments, but when somebody leaves a negative one, it sort of sticks in there. And this person said that they've never heard anybody speak worse Spanish than me in their lives. And it's funny because I don't really speak much Spanish on this channel except for when I order food. So obviously this person must be an expert in understanding. But I've lived here for 25 years plus and never really had an issue communicating my ideas and needs whenever I've had to. So I'm happy with that, And thanks, Joaquin, for the compliment. What else we got going on here? And the other person, they can go and know what to do with their comment. What else we got going on here? In fact, I might bring that comment up on Tuesday and highlight that person to the world. What do we got going on here? Hello from Scotland, Land Bright. Could you clear up if the government has backtracked on the over-the-top if needed on to check into hotels? Looking forward. No backtracking, Land Bright. It's coming in tomorrow, according to all of the newspapers today. It was a story in at least 5 or 6 newspapers today that tomorrow is the day, the 2nd of December, Monday, the day when this becomes obligatory or compulsory or mandatory, whichever word you want to use. But some hotels, as I mentioned, have been using it for the last couple of years. But there's a worry that a lot of, well, I'm not going to say a lot, but some establishments, obviously the owners might not be all that tech savvy. You know when sometimes you go to this rural accommodation here in Spain and the owner maybe is not, of the younger generations, and filling out the extra data could be an issue they're expecting, but we'll see. Saludos from a steamy Cairns in Queensland, I imagine that is. I don't know if there's any other places in the world called Cairns that would be steamy at this time of the year. In Queensland, North Queensland. Mike coming in from Oregon. The missus, Mimi, and I heading back to Spain in June, staying for about 12 days near the Thyssen Museum. Love all the top-notch info. Zero there and Frosty. All the best, Mike and Mimi. Thanks, Mike, for that. Hope all goes well with your trip back, and it should be a nice area. Near the museum. Is it the art gallery, is it? Or museum? The Thyssen, or the Thyssen, however you want to pronounce it. Pete made a scratch paella for Thanksgiving. Oh, must be a popular thing nowadays. Paella for Thanksgiving. Hope it went well also. You've got it down pat, the old paella. As I said, my attempts with paellas in the past have not been all that successful, I will say. Difficult to get the correct heat and all of those things. My Spanish is amazing. It was probably someone who didn't like your opinion. Yeah, lots of people don't like the opinion, Yusuf, and look for ways to bring you down. But I get so many comments on the channel, or have been getting so many comments on the channel in recent times, especially ever since I've been doing these restaurant videos, these food review videos, that the comments have gone through the roof, and the majority are positive, but there's always going to be some that are a little bit negative, of course, because people, as they say in Spanish, tienen mala leche, bad milk, mala leche. What else we got going on there? N914 saying, great mood though, great work and nice backgrounds. Keep them coming. As I said, I like this picture that Jerry sent through. It's a nice part of Spain also. Melissa, who's this? Melissander, is it? 2 cups of water and 1 cup of rice and leave it alone till it's done. That was how I was told. There we go. That's a paella secret. Thierry, saludos from North Vancouver Island. Thank you very much for that. And Carmen saying, love how Grand Wyoming massacres the English language on El Intermedio TV show, but he does seem to be quite fluent as far as the vocabulary. Yeah, I think he's a fairly well-educated gentleman. Is Gran Wyoming. He's a doctor by profession, I think, and now he's a political pundit or commenter, whatever you want to call him. And the show is been going for a long time. El Intermedio. I don't really watch it because I'm not watching TV at that time, but he has his fans. Text saying that paper checks sometimes used by people travelling to other countries, payment letters, credit cards, this should be accompanied by bank account statements or an updated bank book. And the following apparently here are supposed to be required as proof of solvency for UK travellers. Certified checks. That's a personal check that the bank has certified from your personal funds. Travellers checks. Thanks, Tex. Maybe related to that data information that we saw before. Now that's the end of the chat, so I'm going to give it I'm going to wrap it up. I'll be back again tomorrow with some more content. Not sure what it is yet. I've got to think of something to do or edit. Maybe a food review. I'll see if I can get in the mood to go to a restaurant. But I'll be back again on Tuesday with another live stream. It's been a pleasure as always. Hope to see you then. Hasta luego, hasta entonces. Have a great end of the weekend. A fantastic start to your December as we count down towards the important days towards the end of the month. So hasta luego, hasta entonces. Adios. Bye-bye.